Hello, we are the Miscues, and we are here to discuss miscues that you will see in common IRIs and three that are very important to go over. First question you might have is, what are miscues? Miscues are a misreading, error, or deviation from the written text, and this occurs while the student is reading orally. When you think about miscues, I want you to think about why it's important for teachers to know this and understand what's going on with the student. This helps us inform our instruction. It helps us figure out what strategies will work best for the student, and it will help us analyze how effective those strategies are in a way that doesn't focus on a weakness, and it doesn't oversimplify it, and it doesn't label the reader. So the first one we're going to go over is something called a meaning miscue. This is when readers often make substitutions that indicate they're thinking about the meaning of the text. An example of this is shown in the PowerPoint slide. The reader says, "The boy ran down the street," while the text says, "The boy runs down the road." When you see this, you should ask yourself, does it make sense? It did make sense, so it did not change the meaning of the sentence. In this case, you would mark NCM, which means no change in meaning. The boy reads down the road. The text states, "The boy runs down the road." Now ask yourself, does it make sense? It does not. So this did change the meaning. You would mark CM, change in meaning. The next miscue is called the structure miscue. This is readers who often substitute nouns for other nouns or verbs for other verbs, indicating an awareness of the structure of language. An example is seen here, and it says, the reader states, "The boy hides in the cabinet." The text states, "The boy hid in the cabinet." Now I want you to ask yourself, does it sound right? It does sound right. So you would mark A for acceptable in the miscue structure column. The next example says, "The boy hided in the cabinet," while the text said, "The boy hid in the cabinet." Ask yourself, does it sound right? This did not sound right. In this case, you would mark U for unacceptable under the structure column. Our last miscue is called a visual miscue. This is when the visual features of print, the letters and words, are the miscue seen. They connect these features to phonetic information that exists in their heads. An example is seen here, and the reader states, "I go to the store," while the book says, "I go to the school." Now ask yourself, does it look similar? And if so, where? If you guessed initial, you are correct. This is the visual error seen, so in this case, you would mark I. The next visual miscue example, reader states, "I go to the pool." The book states, "I go to the school." Ask yourself, does it look similar? If so, it does look similar, but the visual errors are in the medial and final sounds of the word. So you would mark M and F. Our last example of a visual miscue, the reader states, "I go to the scoop." The book says, "I go to the school." Ask yourself, does it look similar? It does look similar, but the visual miscue is located in the initial and medial sound of the word. So you would mark I and M. This is our first part of our series, We Are the Miscues, and we will see you later.